Thank you.
Perfect. So moving on, believe it or not, we're to our last speaker of Gather 2026. And up next, we're going to hear from Ashling Johnston. Ashling's from Ankosan. I think Ashling was our first speaker here this morning at, was it 9:30, ready to go? So you stayed with
Yeah,
us all day,
I
Ashling.
really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was amazing listening to all of the personal stories and
Yeah.
learner stories and insights. I really enjoyed it.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's same kind of thing, that wide variety, like we heard from the panel of AT users, and then
Absolutely.
we heard
Yeah,
a few bits on policy, and then just now about the GDPR. So it's kind of getting it from all aspects, which is exciting.
which is really great and it's most unusual
It
because we
is, yeah.
always kind of we everything's thematic now, isn't it, as well? Like we'd
True.
either a learner voice or it's systems or it's GDPR. So it's really nice to get it all in one session.
Yeah, and that kind of sense of community and like, building, the AT users can also chat to the, AT officers, et cetera. So it's good to build that
Yeah,
community.
amazing.
Really exciting for your session as well. So normalizing assistive technology. Excited to
Thanks,
hear what
Erica.
that's all about.
Thanks, Erica.
Yeah.
Can I just share the screen now?
Yeah, you should be able to. If you click on share at the
Yeah,
bottom. Yeah.
yeah. Not forget to share sound.
It's a
Before I
common
do
one.
this
I do it
time.
all the time, so
Mhm.
way to catch it.
Maybe
Yeah.
you can tell me. My,
Yeah,
am I okay?
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
So,
thanks.
hi everyone. I really enjoyed today listening to everybody, and I suppose this will probably resonate with everybody having listened to everyone else today. So, I'm going to talk about trying to normalize assistive technology through community-based digital inclusion. My name is Ashling. I returned to education as an adult learner myself, and I struggled with the spelling and the reading and all of that. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for technology. So I'm very passionate about the work that we do in Oxon. And I guess mainly what we would do in Oxon is try to support adult learners with their digital confidence. And I'll come back to that. But everything I heard today, and we've seen some amazing resources. So what we're trying to do at the ground level is actually develop people's digital confidence and then hence competence so that they can access all of this wonderful accessibility tools and resources. That's my own educational journey. I began at level 5. As I said, I would not have been able to go on if it wasn't for the introduction of technological tools, meaning a laptop, sometimes somebody said earlier, hidden in plain sight, um, dictate features and so on. So what I found was that assistive technology, it's not necessarily a specialized piece of equipment now. Um, the word kind of makes people, when I say people, I'm talking about the learners in Oxon, um, do you use assistive technology? They wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So it's not a piece of specialized equipment. It includes everyday digital tools, as we've heard throughout the day, already available on our phones. And I heard wonderful talk about the iPhones earlier on, tablets and laptops, but it's all about knowing how to use them and having the confidence to be able to download an app or learn how to use an accessibility tool. And these tools then help people participate in education, work, and community life. And it was Elizabeth Dalton, she actually made me write it down, inverted commas, to actively participate in life, actually, because we say civic engagement, we say access to education, equitable access, and so on. But actually, she's right. To be able to participate in life itself, it's really important. So, many learners are already using AT in everyday activities, and I want to show a short animation from our Get Yourself Online e-learning modules. So, Get Yourself Online is a national digital inclusion campaign developed by Oncuson, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But this animation just kind of shows the lived experience of somebody like myself returning to education and some of the assistive technology tools that are already built in.
Lucy has decided to go back to study and has just started a new course on business and management.
So I'm just going to pause that because I have it on the next slide.
Lucy has decided to go back to study and has just started a new course on business and management. Lucy uses assistive technology to do her coursework and assignments, and she's been really enjoying the course so far. During online classes, Lucy sometimes finds it challenging to follow along with the class. To help, she uses live captions which show any speech as written text on screen in real time. The tutor also records the classes so that everyone can watch them back in their own time and at their own pace. This is very helpful for Lucy. It is about a month into the course and Lucy is starting her first assignment. There is a lot of reading required. When Lucy is reading on her tablet, she sets up screen zoom and magnification in the Accessibility, Visibility, Enhancements features in her tablet settings. This helps her to make the font larger and it is easier to read. As Lucy uses an Android phone and tablet, she has installed the Android Accessibility Suite from the Play Store. Now when she goes into settings on her device in accessibility, she can select Installed Services and she has the option for Select to Speak, which changes text into speech. She turns it on and uses this for very long articles that she is reading online. Lucy uses assistive technology to help with all aspects of her coursework, and it is really helping her to access the content. When typing up her assignment in Microsoft Word, Lucy uses the Dictate feature in the Home tab. This allows Lucy to dictate or speak the words, and the Dictate tool automatically types it in Word. Lucy has even shown her college friends some of the assistive technology tools that she's been using, and they have started using them to help with typing up their assignments too.
I was hoping it wouldn't play again. So if anyone's familiar with sharing in this presentation mode, it's actually hard to get off the next slide.
Yeah, there you go. Looks like you got it.
Sorry. Yeah,
you're all good.
Thanks a million. So that's just like a lived experience, as you heard earlier on. I know, was it Shauna, I think, was talking about using Dictate and text-to-speech, read aloud, and all of that. So what we're trying to do in Oncasan, what we've been doing is incorporating these animations onto Moodle and into the curriculum. So we have business administration with digital skills for work, and we have ELC, level 1 and 2, community care, community development, and higher education courses. So in a way of normalising assistive technology as a piece of inclusive technology, we're embedding them into the learners' everyday process, the everyday activities. So she's not just using specialised technology, she's using built-in tools that are already available. You've got captions, dictation, magnification, and text-to-speech. And small supports can have a huge impact on the confidence, participation, and overall learner success. So these add-ons, sorry, just move this up the way. My bar is in the way. These are not add-ons, I should say. They're essential supports for participation. And I think we were talking earlier on about like educators and tutors as well. And in my role, we have a digital champion initiative as well. So I would facilitate train-the-trainer sessions with educators across the country. And what I see as well is that actually some educators, support workers, they're not necessarily digitally confident themselves. So I think it's really important to recognise that, and I think it was said earlier as well, that it's not just necessarily the learners. We need to get the word out there. And for those of us who are already using the tools, I'm very aware there are plenty more people, I see them every day in Oxon, that have no access to technology. So therefore they have no relationship with the technology, and so they wouldn't be as informed, and they wouldn't know that these tools were available. So we see that Lucy in the animation has used captions, which supports comprehension, the Zoom, which supports visual access, text-to-speech, which is supporting literacy, and dictation then, which is hugely influential in the retention of learners, of what I see in Oncason, and for developing that confidence in learners as they progress through their courses. So Oncason's digital inclusion approach then, so we try to help and support people identify their needs. So what a lot of people don't recognise specific needs that they may have, and how to align that with specific pieces of technology that might be able to support them along the way. We try to build confidence to use these tools in meaningful ways, to participate in life, education, employment, and community life. We're also very important to recognise learners as co-creators and peer supporters. And that was where our Digital Champion initiative comes in. So we would ask people to sign up as a digital champion, receive free training, digital literacy support around confidence and skills, and we can help them with that, and they can go out into their community. Some people are in direct provision, for example, and they're helping the community in there develop their digital literacy skills. Others might work in the library, ETBs, lots of Crumlin College is another one. So we'd encourage dialogue, trust, and shared learning. It's really important. And the co-design with, not for. So when we were developing, we developed 21 e-learning modules, and all of the e-learning modules are aligned with, it's a mouthful now, the European Digital Competency Framework for Citizens. And it's an amazing framework, and that framework is rooted in human rights. So now human rights came up a lot today, and we all have a right to equitable, accessible education. And enabling people with digital competence is a great starting point for people to be able to access education. We also embed digital literacy supports into the curriculum planning and development from the very start, from access to further and higher education. So our Get Yourself Online campaign then, that consists of something called Digital Stepping Stones, which is a self-assessment digital literacy tool that somebody can take on their own, or ideally with a digital champion that can chat through and assist you as you work along your way to not only discover your digital competence and confidence gaps, but also to encourage you to think about what it is you already can do, which many of us neglect, to recognise what it is we're good at and what we can already do to help build our confidence. So it's a national digital inclusion campaign developed by Ashling to support adults with digital confidence, skills and participation. And I Get Yourself Online, like I said, it includes digital stepping stones, self-assessment tool, 21 DigComp Align e-learning modules, accessible animations, so it's 21 animations. And anyone that would like access to all 21 animations can email me after this. I have them all on PowerPoint slides, so I've taken them out and we're using them also as standalone pieces. We will insert them onto like Moodle pages, or if I'm doing say word processing module, might be at the beginning of a word processing module, I might play animation. So it really helps learners, people, educators understand how a piece of assistive technology or how technology can actually help somebody feel more included and to be able to participate fully and engage fully in the educational environment. We have lots of digital literacy awareness resources, and I'm going to use everyday assistive technology supports. So we've embedded all of that across access programs, further education, community education, and digital literacy initiatives. So our access programs would be like return to learning, personal development, and I'd be a huge fan of making sure that any personal development program includes digital literacy, particularly digital literacy that encourages people to use assistive technology or inclusive technology to help support them in their everyday. What did I not? Oh, the framework. I don't want to get in too deep around the framework. This is what the modules look like. This particular animation is coming from the problem solving course, which is a digital competence on that European Digital Competency Framework for Citizens. And the actual competency or the module is identifying needs and technological responses. Now, there's a lot in there. The animations, the 21, just takes a piece of the learning within the whole module and try and reinforce that piece of learning. So you can see each module has the same structure. So you'll have a navigation bar on the left, and then your learning outcomes to begin with then on the right. So I found that these are hugely beneficial as well to educators who may feel they need to upskill their own digital confidence or competence. This can be a really useful tool for them also. And it's also been really valuable for organizations who are starting from scratch and perhaps want to build, which they have done. They want to build up something quick. They may not have the resources to develop curriculum themselves, and they can literally just open this and go, or take some curriculum from this and create their own workshops and courses. This is our Digital Champion initiative. So we'd encourage people across the whole of Ireland, because we were at Aintus. I can't think of the name of it, but we had the organisations and people from the north and the south, and like a shared island, which was really amazing. So people from all over the country sign up as a digital champion, and I personally provide the training and supports to the organisations and individuals that sign up. And we have a lot of learners that sign up as digital champions. And actually, it's a really great way of developing your own confidence. And many of them have gone on to do trainers themselves. They've gone on to college or university and aspire to be digital literacy facilitators themselves. So it's a great tool. It's a great starting point. What do you need to be a digital champion? Nothing. You don't need to be. A lot of people ask, do I need to be a real techie to be a digital champion? And the answer is absolutely not. You don't. You just have to have like a growth mindset. You need to be open to and willing to learn. And I usually do it online, but I also do face to face. So the hope is that we can use all of this technology by developing people's confidence around using technology in the first place. And then we'd be much more able to have people actively, I think, participate in life itself. I've no idea how I'm doing for time. So I usually have a timekeeper. Erica, if you want to let me know how I'm doing.
Yeah, you're a tiny bit over, but it's exciting. So go ahead. You're the last speaker, so no huge rush.
Okay. So sorry, I'm always really bad for time.
You're all good.
I'm always really bad for time. But I think I've covered everything. The main part was the main thing I wanted to get across was that these animations, in my opinion, sometimes just sharing a simple animation, just sharing it out online and letting it be out there for everybody to see, rather than always, I could share a link to the Get Yourself Online platform. It means nothing on its own, and people won't engage with that on its own or understand the significance of that, even educators. But I think in shown through an animation and the actual lived experience. So I really enjoyed the first half, I have to say, of the session as well, listening to learners' real life lived experience. And another thing I want to say, those animations that we created, we wrote the transcripts for all of the 21 animations, and they were all written from real stories that I either have took part in myself or that learners have experienced in Ankh So they're all coming from a learner's perspective. And that's me.
Animations. I'm going to go look at them myself.
Yeah, we did win 2 awards for that. And we do
Oh,
have literacy community of practice, which I haven't even mentioned. We do have an online digital literacy community of practice. If anybody is interested in joining that, pop me an email. I'll put my work email in the chat also, but all emails can also be directed to digitalinclusion@oxon.ie.
perfect. Thank you so much. And those courses too, I actually just logged on and had a look at them already. So you have a lot of options.
There's 21, yeah. So you've
Yeah.
got 5 different areas. You've communication, collaboration, safety, problem solving, digital content creation, and communication, collaboration. I think I got them all. Oh, information and data literacy is another one. So there's a
Yeah, it's the
huge array of
options.
information there. Yeah,
And they're
huge.
free.
And they're completely free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect. Well,
to,
thanks
to
so much,
use as you wish.
Ashling.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
And wonderful to hear kind of the community effort being done at Ankusan as well. So thanks for your time.
Thanks, Erica.